So we were going to have these two sleds put back together, cleaned up and ready to put back on the trailer, but when I went to hook up the battery on my sled, as you can see, I've got it in pieces right now because when I hooked the battery up, it kept sparking and the sled kept trying to start. So what I'm thinking is I have to get down into there. Right there's where the starter sits, and I believe that the starter's bad because I have continuity through both power and ground wire. Plus I have continuity from the power wire to the sled. I have to figure out how to get that out of the sled so I can repair it. Looks like I'm gonna have to take off the antifreeze hose. Looks like I'm gonna have to take off the intake manifold, some intake lines, a lot of wiring, because I have to be able to get down in there. It is that thing right there is what I need to get into, and as you can see, they put it in a lovely spot where I don't know that I can get it out without taking any of the antifreeze out, intake off. So I am just gonna sit here and take parts off until I can get to that starter. So I got the intake taken off. I got a lot of other things pulled off here. So we can see now that the starter is right there. I think I'm gonna have to take the injectors off and these intake ports just to give me a little bit more room, because if I take these intake ports off here, take the injector off with them, I think I'll have enough room that I can pull that starter out right through here. And hopefully I wouldn't have to move that antifreeze line. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully take off those intakes so I don't screw up gaskets. I don't have any gaskets and I don't know how hard it would be to find them, but get those taken off and then see if I can get down in there to take that starter out. Well, so much for that idea. Looks like I'm gonna have to take off this antifreeze line and this antifreeze line to get it through that spot because it's gotta come right through here. So, looks like I'm gonna have to look up a gasket for that, and then I can get that starter out, and maybe that's what needs to be replaced. So, unfortunately, things are gonna get messy right now. I don't know how full that line is or how much it's gonna take out of the reservoir, but I'll try to empty some out of the reservoir. Hopefully it'll get low enough that not too much will flow out, but I'm sure I'm gonna make a mess. It is getting kind of late. I think it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold off on taking that apart till tomorrow. Dylan and I are going to the track in the morning, so it'll be probably tomorrow night that I break this down again, because I don't feel like making a mess tonight. So we'll see you in the morning at the track, and we'll get back on this tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night.
So this morning we're headed out to the track. Got everything loaded up at the bike. I had to get some ramps because, you know, we've had dirt bikes for who knows how long now and no ramps. But hopefully we get in. Hopefully I don't need a chest protector or anything like that, or else we won't be able to ride. Hopefully we get out here, do something cool, and get a good video for you guys.
So here we are at the track today. Quite a few people here. It'll be Dylan's first time riding this track. Riding any track, actually. Pretty good sized track. So we're gonna get Dylan's bike unloaded and see what he can do on this track. So here we go, Dylan's first round, trying to see what this track's gonna be like.
So chopped, I wasn't expecting it to be that bumpy out there.
It's intimidating, isn't it?
It's very.
For your first time being here. It's pretty insane how it looks so much different when you're watching it from a computer screen.
Those go straight up.
Yeah.
And you either jump it, or when you come over it, it just goes straight up and comes straight down on the other side.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, there's guys that are clearing that whole thing. That's insane.
This is rough.
Did that guy watering the track get you or something?
Oh yeah, when I came around the corner, it just slid out. I'm trying to figure out what gear to sit in there.
You probably have to run in second or third high.
Yeah.
Just to keep your power up. Okay, it's not like a little tiny backyard.
And those hills are like this. They're not. They're very steep.
Well, that's running straight uphill to go up those things. We do a lot of trail rides, so this is a whole new thing for Dylan. This is something that we've never done much of or done any of. Usually we just ride trails, and this track like this is it's intimidating. Just me standing here watching it's crazy. Couldn't imagine doing what these guys do right now.
For any of it. I thought it was just gonna be go out, ride, hit a couple jumps, but it's definitely the opposite.
Yeah, it's a pretty good size track. Never ridden a track before, so it's a little intimidating. So now I think we're gonna call it quits. Load up, get back to the house. We still have the sled to work on. We've got a couple things to do, the snowmobile trailer. So I think we're gonna load up and head home and get to work on that stuff. Shit, you should be out there now. It doesn't look like there's that many people riding now.
So anybody out here riding tracks, I just give major props to. Like I said, I thought you just come out here, you ride the track, hit the jumps. I wasn't ready for the soft corners. The jumps are booters. I was not ready for that. They just go straight up. I didn't hit any of the jumps. I got going pretty good on some of the track, but it was nothing like I thought it was gonna be. I've only ever ridden trails, so I thought I'd try something new. I am gonna try to get out here when there's not as many people out here, because you got all these people hauling ass, just running you down, which I don't mind it. It's cool to watch them, but that's not me yet. So I'm gonna try to get out here every once in a while before they close, and I guess I'll load the bike up and get out of here.
All right, so we're back from the track and it's time to bust back into this thing. I've got a new starter on the way. Should be here in a couple days. So the only thing left I can do is I'm gonna take this housing off, take this hose off. Gonna end up making a really bad mess. That way I can find out what gasket I need underneath there. I need a new intake gasket, so I want to order an intake gasket. And if there's a gasket under that housing, I need to get one of those. And then I should be able to get the starter out. And that's where we're going to have to stop on this project because I got to wait for parts. After that, then I got some work I can do on the snowmobile trailer, finish it up, hopefully get it completely done, and then we'll go from there. Here's the starter. Unfortunately, I think that's bad. Not the greatest of spots to get it out of. So right now I think I'm at a point where I have to wait for parts to show up. So I'm gonna go in now and I'm gonna go order the intake gasket and the O-ring for the antifreeze cooler line. And then I think we're gonna start working on the snowmobile trailer. So it's a little bit later, starting to get dark out, but I've been putting in a lot of these guides and track tread. Looking pretty good. Trailer's almost done getting there. Getting close. I gotta put this back flap on, cut this piece of wood behind me, make a back flap, put the runners on it, and then I can start moving and start working on inside the trailer. But it's not going too fast. It's taking a while just to get that far. Didn't video much of it because it's putting in a bunch of screws, so I didn't think that'd be interesting to watch. But what I think I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna cut this piece of plywood to fit going across the bottom, put the runners on it, and then see where we go from there. So I'm gonna have to find a spot to cut this plywood, but measure that out and get it cut. All right, there we go. Back door ramp done, finished. Ski guides, track runners, and this extra little door flap all done and finished. That means that the back side of the trailer is all done. The next thing we need to do is move into the front of the trailer, put the ski guides on the front door, start hanging some cabinets and working on where the battery box is and things like that. So I think this is where I'm gonna end tonight and we'll pick it back up tomorrow.